Number 1. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. Number 2. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Number 3. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Number 4. Man tends to increase at a greater rate than his means of subsistence. Number 5. The love for all living creatures is the most noble attribute of man. Number 6. My mind seems to have become a kind of machine for grinding general laws out of large collections of facts. Number 7. I have tried lately to read Shakespeare, and found it so intolerably dull that it nauseated me. Number 8. On the ordinary view of each species having been independently created, we gain no scientific explanation. Number 9. A scientific man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. Number 10. I am not apt to follow blindly the lead of other men. Number 11. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I for one must be content to remain an agnostic. Number 12. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species became at doing the things they need to survive. Number 13. Blushing is the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Number 14. I love fools' experiments. I am always making them. Number 15. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. Number 16. This preservation of favorable variations and the rejection of injurious variations, I call natural selection or the survival of the fittest. Number 17. One general law, leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live and weakest die. Number 18. If the misery of our poor be caused not by the laws of nature, but by our institutions, great is our sin. Number 19. The survival of preservation of certain favored words in the struggle for existence is natural selection. Number 20. Keep steadily in mind that each organic being is striving to increase, that each at some period of its life has the struggle for life, and suffer great destruction. The war of nature is not incessant. The vigorous, the healthy, and the happy survive and multiply. Number 21. I have called this principle, by which each slight variation, if useful, is preserved, by the team of natural selection. Number 22. I cannot persuade myself that a beneficent and omnipotent God would have designedly created parasitic wasps with the express intention of their feeding within the living bodies of caterpillars. Number 23. It is those who know little, and not those who know much, who so positively assert that this or that problem will never be solved by science. Number 24. Man tends to increase at a greater rate than his means of subsistence. Number 25. To kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth or fact.